everyone. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Doing good? All right, that's what I'm talking about. How blessed are we to meet in person, y'all? In person. We should never take this for granted again. Turn to your neighbor, show some love in the room. Turn to your neighbor and say, I'm glad to see you today. Yeah, turn to your other neighbor and say, you look fire today. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, get excited because today you are part of something extraordinary. Today we break generational barriers. Today we invest in our youth. Today we ignite our entrepreneurial spirit. Welcome to the first annual CW Entrepreneurship Summit, hosted in partnership by Women of Sure Certainty and Young Men of Distinction. Give up for the organization. I hope you all are firing up and ready to go. My name is Tevin. I'm a motivational speaker, workshop facilitator, and event MC in the education space. I dedicate my life to empowering and educating our youth, to make them believe that they can do anything that their mindset is set to. Now I invite you to listen into my story for the next 2 minutes as I share about how I got involved in entrepreneurship. So for me, it started with my parents and my family. They instilled into me growing up this one key principle. Growing up, they instilled one key principle to me, and that is education is something nobody can ever take away from you. Nobody can take that away from you. In 1994, under the warm Caribbean sun, my parents and my grandmother hopped on a plane and immigrated here to the United States in pursuit to give me and my brother a better quality of life. They didn't have a college education nor the opportunity to pursue one, but they knew the direction they wanted their kids to have. And like many immigrants, we started off with humble beginnings. For the first few years living in this country, my parents and my family lived in someone's garage. But for growing up through long days, nights, weeks, months, and years of working minimum wage jobs, my parents eventually worked their way up and saved what little money that they had to send me to college. And I was fortunate. I earned a 90% scholarship to go to university. But being the first in my family to go to college, that was a struggle for me because I had nobody to guide me. And I eventually lost my scholarship. And I had one of my teachers call me into their office and tell me that I wasn't college material and that I needed to drop out of college. Being young and naive and not having confidence in myself at the time, I believed his voice over my own, and I dropped out of college. It was one of the lowest points in my life at that point. However, when we hit our lowest point, we are open to the greatest change. It was during that low point in my life that I learned some of life's greatest treasures and greatest lessons, such as you are not defined by your failures. Failure is not final, and I will not let nobody else define my worth for me moving forward. With that in mind, I gave college a second try. I re-enrolled in college with a different mindset. That's what we're here to instill today, education and mindset. And with that mindset, gave college a second chance, and I went on to become the first in my family to graduate from college, breaking generational barriers. I didn't stop there. That wasn't enough for me. I went on and broke more and more barriers. I was named the State of Florida Student of the Year out of 800,000 college students in the state. I was also awarded a $20,000 national scholarship to attend grad school at one of the top universities in the world, Johns Hopkins University, where I went on to earn my master's degree in biotechnology, enterprise, and entrepreneurship. That's what mindset, that's what education can do to you, but it's all mindset, the mindset of an entrepreneur. So overcoming those hardships, I've decided to become an entrepreneur, to share my story and invest in the next generation of youth, to empower them to know that they can do it, you can do anything you set your mind to. So that's my story from hardship to where I am now. So we all have our stories, we all have our struggles, we all have our strengths, we all have our passions. And this event, the purpose of this event is to channel all of that together into helping our youth prepare for the future and make them believe they can do anything. So, before I jump into some content, we're gonna do a quick activity. We're gonna get your blood flowing a little bit, and we're gonna get you guys networking for the next 5 minutes. So we're gonna do a quick activity called Cross the Line. So I'm gonna invite you to participate with me here. So in between here, there's an imaginary line here. So I'm gonna name a scenario. We're gonna do 5 quick rounds, a minute each. So I'm gonna name a scenario. So say, for example, which is the better theme park? Universal Studios or Disney World? So Universal Studios will be this side, Disney World will be this side. And you're gonna choose a side. And then you're gonna partner up with someone or get into small groups and discuss why you chose that side. Now this is important because you have to choose a side. Being an entrepreneur is about making decisions. You always have to make decisions on the go. All right, so you're all excited. We're gonna make this lit. All right, and we have DJ Daddy Fat in the house to get us lit and make this exciting. All right, so we're gonna jump into round 1. All right, so get out of your seat. All right, let's get started. All right, yeah. All right. So round 1 is, which is the better streaming platform? Netflix or Disney Plus? Which is the best? Partner up with someone and tell them why. 1 minute, 1 minute. Disney Plus or Netflix? Yeah. Partner up with someone. Talk about why you chose that side.